Washington quarters remain one of the most widely used coins in circulation and, as such, is one of the most widely collected coins as well. Having first made its debut in 1932, it's undergone its fair share of design alterations since then, but still firmly remains in circulation today. Other than key dates, there is also a bit of a laundry list of varieties for collectors and coin roll hunters to search for. In this special presentation, I'll take a quick look at the top 10 Washington Quarter double die variety coins. The first coin to feature on this list is a 1970 Washington Quarter from the Denver Mint. Actually, one of a handful of double die varieties known for this issue, each subtly different from the next. The coin I've chosen to display is the second type, where the doubling is most pronounced on the word liberty, with the L showing very obvious doubling, and the last two letters doubled towards the right. The variety is extremely scarce, and if you are able to get a hold of one, selling it should be no problem at all, should that be your motive. There is also another variety in the same issue that displays more pronounced doubling towards the date and on the motto, although ironically, due to it being more readily available, it is also less valuable. In 2012, the discovery coin for this variety, graded by PCGS at MS65, was sold at auction for $2,875. From there, we move on to the 1962 double Die Obverse quarter. Now, class 6 doublings, such as we find on this coin, can be a bit tricky to diagnose at times, especially as the standard hub doubling is not always as immediately apparent as class 1 or say class 4 doubling, such as we classically tend to think of double die coins. Fortunately though, this is a very nice example as the doubling becomes apparent on the motto under magnification. The I in, the W of we, and the first T in trust are all clearly doubled. Under more severe magnification, the end of the ribbon can even reveal as many as 4 separate distinct hubbings. During 2016, a PCGS graded MS66 Plus coin was sold at auction for $3,290. The coin in the number 8 position goes all the way back to 1936 with a very strong double die obverse variety. This coin is quite scarce and you are more likely to find it in a lower grade than not. In that case, the doubling may appear more subtle and you should look for additional thickness to the letters and in the date. Regardless of the condition though, the best place to spot the variety is on the motto, where the word in and the TR of trust displays the widest spread. The coin does appear in higher grades every so often though, as in 2015 when a PCGS graded example was sold at auction for $3,995. 1942 is packed with major varieties, and the 1942 D quarter will actually appear twice on this list. The first of these is this 1942 Denver double die Obverse variety. Now, the reason that so many variety and error coins exist for the next few years is due to the fact that the mint was understaffed with largely inexperienced personnel due to the still ongoing Second World War. But back to this coin. The doubling is very strong and as a result is one of the more popular varieties for the series. The rotated hub doubling on this coin is best exhibited on the word liberty, with strong spread in all of the letters. In 2013, a near-gem MS64 specimen was sold at auction in a PCGS slab for $6,462.50. The next coin is the only proof coin to appear on this list. So, as it is a proof coin, you are not likely to find it in pocket change. But the 1990 S double die Obverse quarter is significant enough that I felt it warranted inclusion regardless. So do be sure to check those 1990 proof sets for this one. The doubling on this coin is present on both the date and the mint mark, with the shift clearly occurring towards the northeast, with the doubling displaying towards the west on the date and towards the southwest on the mint mark. Much like the 1990 No S penny, this coin is very sought after, and in January of 2017, a stellar Proof 70 Deep Cameo coin from PCGS was sold at auction for $7,050. And then, as promised, we head back to the 1942 D quarter, but this time it is to feature the double die reverse variety from the issue instead. In fact, this stands as the sole double die reverse coin on this list, but make no mistake, there are quite a few very nice double die reverse varieties for the Washington series, including coins from 1941, 1950, and 1964, and several others as well. On this coin, the doubling is seen best on the eagle's beak, on the arrows towards the south, and most prominently though, on the olive branches that frame the eagle towards its south. 2012 saw a PCGS graded example of this coin sold at auction at a grade of MS66 Plus for $8,225. And so, having passed a halfway mark, we take a look at the earliest dated coin on this list in the form of the 1934 double die Obverse variety. This variety is only found on the medium motto type for this date and is not seen on the light or heavy motto types at all. Although this fact is interesting, it is somewhat of a moot point as the doubling on this coin is so drastic that it'll catch your eye long before you have time to identify the specific motto type at all. And speaking of the motto, it is precisely where you will see the effect of the rotated hub doubling the strongest, although doubling is also seen on the date and the words "In God We Trust" as well. A coin like this graded by PCGS at MS66 Plus was sold in a 2018 auction for $8,400. As mentioned earlier, the early 1940s have a plethora of varieties to keep collectors busy, and 1943 is certainly no exception. The 1943S double die Obverse coin is a very bold double die coin that is almost impossible to miss in any grade if you are actually looking. The second hubbing took place in a clockwise rotation from the initial press to result in doubling of virtually all of the design elements on the obverse of the coin. This includes the date, the words "In God We Trust," and a very distinct effect on the lower halves of the letters of Liberty. The ribbon tying Washington's hair is also nicely doubled towards the east. A PCGS graded MS66 Plus example of this variety was sold at auction in 2016 for $11,750. The second to last coin before we conclude this list is again a 1943 issue, but this time the coin emanates from the main Philadelphia mint instead. This coin is quite difficult to obtain and presents remarkably similar in appearance to the previous listing from San Francisco. Astoundingly, the variety was only discovered and made public in the early 1990s, almost 50 years after being minted. Just goes to prove that you should never stop searching those coins. You never know what you might find. Again, a case of clockwise rotated hub doubling with almost every element of the obverse doubled in some way. In 2018, an MS66 graded coin from PCGS was sold for $17,400. And then the top slot is reserved in this case for the 1937 double die obverse Washington quarter, widely considered as one of the more notable and important varieties in the Washington quarter series as a whole. This red book listed variety is extremely popular with collectors and as such is very easy to sell in virtually any grade. A result of pivoted hub doubling, we see very bold doubling on the motto. The pivot point of the second hubbing was quite high on the coin, as any doubling seen on the word liberty is very minimal. Conversely, the date is again doubled along with the ponytail and especially the tips of the ribbon. 2013 saw the sale of one of these coins at auction in a PCGS slab with a grade of MS66 adorned with a green CAC seal of approval as well for $21,150. What would you say is the most impressive double die quarter, either on this list or that you've come across personally? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked this presentation, then remember to have a look at our other top 10 double die list as well, focusing on Lincoln pennies, Jefferson nickels, and Roosevelt dimes. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman, thanking you for watching. And remember, keep collecting and have a great day.